Just got out of the hospital, the emergency room. Nothing major, but I had something lodged in my eye. Don't know if it was from what I was working on in the garage, but I woke up last night with my eye going all nuts, and there was this black speck kind of embedded in there. So I called the nurse, and they said to go to the ER. And so he's in there, did some dye and some drops, and looked at, and ended up having to use a big needle to like dig the thing out. I thought he was joking when he told me that, but he wasn't joking. So it's pretty uncomfortable, but he got it out. So now I've got like eye drops, and I got to go make an appointment. And he says if it's not better by tomorrow, then there's like a cut in my cornea or something we got to keep an eye on. So I was wearing safety glasses in the garage when I was cutting and stuff, but maybe I need goggles and a face shield. I don't know. So be careful. You only get two eyes. So hopefully we're back on track, and I'm supposed to rest my eye for the next 24 hours. Yeah, so that's one of the hazards of working on Jeeps and garage stuff. So take care of your eyes. Hey guys, how's it going? We're back with part 2 because, you know, I was pretty pumped with all the positive responses from you guys. You want to see a second part, so we'll do it. So we're going to move on to the rear now. This is how the Jeep's sitting right now. So here's a good shot of the side. So we're going to try to go up, about an inch and a half in the back, and see how it goes. So we'll get started, pull it in the garage, and tear it apart. Wear your safety glasses. Duh, so you don't get stuff in your eyes. Although I was wearing my safety glasses and I still got something in my eye. So, safety first. For the springs, the biggest pain I had was the spring keepers. So I found the easiest thing for me, you guys might have something different in mind, is to just take a grinder and cut one side of them off. So I still leave the other side. Cut one side off, pull the rubber, the little dampener thing out, pull the main pin, and then all the leaves slide out to one side. So we're going to pull this center pin, take the leaves apart, and I don't want to go as extreme. The first time I was kind of learning, and I arched them more than I needed to, so I don't know if they're going to calm down, but we'll see. So I don't want to lift it much in the rear, just a little bit. So I'm probably not gonna arch all the leaves. I'm gonna take the flattest ones once I get it apart and arch those and see how it goes. So let's get started. So for taking the springs apart, I put a clamp on them just so it doesn't, it's just a round pin on the other side. That's what locates it on the axle. And now you kind of gotta wiggle. Like I said, we only took half of it off, so you're gonna push it off from the other side. But that makes it a lot easier. So that's it. Pretty easy to remember which order they go in, because you just go smallest to largest. But you can see these have a little bit of an arch to them. So one of the positives of doing this are it's cheap, you get a little lift, but actually the best part of doing this is this. Did you see that? As you tighten that up, it should draw the whole thing together. Don't break someone posted a comment about doing both at the same time, which is an excellent idea, and that's how you should do it. But then that pretty much requires, you're basically taking the whole axle out, because there'll be nothing but brake lines and drive shafts holding it in, and I'm not up for that. I'm too lazy. So I'm going to do my paint on the floor method and then match the other spring to that. it's all welded back together. So just a little weld there. I do it kind of right as it straightens out so you don't notice it as much, but not right on the corner because then it might break, because we do have to drive these down. So on this one I alternated. I did the thicker one on the inside and this one on the outside, so all the welds aren't on the same side. And really it takes like 2 minutes to weld them in versus the first spring I did with beating on these for like half an hour. So I think this is the way to go. If you do it differently and it goes well for you, let me know how you do it, besides replacing these. But they're riveted into the spring, so I feel like that would kind of be a pain in the butt. So now we got to fish the rubber things in here and tap them back down to hold in place, and this spring's ready to go back in. So there's the fourth and final spring. I spared you all the details because you've already seen it like 3 times, but so we got that one re-arched and matched it up with our paint mark on the floor. So that's the line from the driver's side spring. And I went a little bit less on this one because it already sits a little high on the passenger side. So I didn't want to, I'm trying to get it to sit level, basically level, so especially like left to right. So we're going to get that bad boy slapped back in here, set it down on the tires, and hopefully it sits the way we want it to. Alright, we got it all done. I'm getting pooped. I hope it worked. I tried to go a little more conservative on the bend because I didn't want to lift it too much. So now we're going to set it, I don't know if you can see me or not, we're going to take it off the jack stands and see if it worked. It's hard to tell because my garage floor has a big slope in the middle, so we're going to pull it out and look at it outside on the flat driveway. I don't know what I just ran over. It's done, mostly done. We got all 4 corners re-arched. It sits pretty good. It's still a little high on the passenger side, so I think I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and rework that passenger front spring a little bit. But we gained about 1.5 inches in the back, which is what we want. So now I'm just gonna drive it for a while and see how much it settles. But yeah, this corner is higher than the rest, so I'm gonna pull that spring, which I'm getting pretty good at now. It only takes me about 15 minutes to get the springs out, but we gained quite a bit of ground clearance, and now the fenders don't contact the tire when we flex it. So also I was getting some rubbing in here on the roll cage support when it would flex the suspension. So I don't know if it'll get that high now, but if it does, we'll have to adjust the bump stops. This side hit worse than the other one. You can see it kind of rubs the paint off the bar, but not a big deal. So there she is. This is where this project ends. So far, it's pretty successful. Got it all leveled out, and we gained about 2 inches in the front and an inch in the back. So I'll probably do an update down the road after a couple months of driving it and see how much it actually settles. But so there's your Harbor Freight free 2-inch lift. So that's all I got. Wear your safety glasses and don't be afraid to try new things. See you next time.